Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Riven. So, we finally made it to the classroom. We are at the Rosetta Stone. Right now, it's this toy. Spoiler, I suppose. Up on the wall, you have what you assume is their alphabet. And I guess, thank goodness that they didn't actually ever want you to try and figure out their alphabet. It's not a great system to try and have me learn an entire language with so many characters. But they do split the difference there and require you to here's a five-pieced fruit for the deny obsession with the number 5. And here's a sign-in sheet, I assume, with all the names of the people. And then these lanterns, which who knows what's powering these. I guess it's some kind of magical electricity. And we can play this and see again, kind of a callback to MYST 1. So, I assume he was going to record more messages and have them made them put these display projectors throughout the game. Arguably, compared to like the Real MYST Masterpiece Edition, the graphics on that looks way worse than the first game. You don't have to notice what the guy said or frankly what anybody says. You just need to know this. This is the Rosetta Stone to this whole game. So we've seen the trapeze. Turns out we were stuck with the trapeze because you had to leave the island and come back, and that was the desired way in which they programmed the game. So we have one guy hanging here to be sacrificed to this whale, and one guy hanging here, and we see this symbol, and I believe this moves and gives you a number. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this, let's save this symbol in a 7 slot. We can do this quite easily using the scum VM. We just start with this and we save it in a 7 spot. So we now know that the D with the line in it is 7. This is the toy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we now know what is a 10. So we'll save this in a 10 spot, right at 60. One, 2, 3. That's a 3. This is so much easier than what you normally would have had to do. However, you would have had to get a piece of paper, write this down, figure all of this out. And see, this just looks like a toy. And that you would just play with, like so many other things. 4, 5, 6. This is going to hit 10, but it's going to reset, so it doesn't matter. If he eats it, the whole thing has to reset. So in that instance, the game resets and you don't have valid information, so you have to throw that out, but that doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we now know what 5 is. And it wouldn't be too hard to fill in the blanks once we only have 1 or 2 left, to just brute force it. 1, 2. This is gonna reset, so that doesn't matter. So it's not fast though. And you really have to know what you're doing, otherwise you're just gonna play with this once and leave. 1, 2. This is 2. Alright. Now, arguably, these numbers don't reset, and maybe if there was a MYST Masterpiece Edition, they would reset, and that would make this even crazier and more difficult. I don't think it really does, but I do want to go through the full process and show just what you would actually have to do. It's going to take you probably 20 plays. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6. We're slowly filling in all the pictures. And why this doesn't just show up as a note or thought on your inventory is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We, I believe, already done 5, so I don't think we need that. What we need is a 1 and a 4 and an 8 and a 9. And it's not a 5-digit number system like I thought it was, because that would make it a lot easier, frankly, if it was base 5. 2, 3, and I think we've already done 3 before. Yeah, we need 1, 4, 8, 9. Yeah, a 5-digit numbering system would help so much more. Wasn't counting on that one, but I'm pretty sure we already have that one. 1. So we now know what 1 is. So now we're kind of just looking for, let's assume that there's not a 0, but instead a 10. And so we're only looking for like a 4, an 8, and a 9. That's not gonna help anyways. I imagine if you were some kind of alien that landed on Earth, you might find a toy similar to this and learn our counting and numbering system based on that. And the symbols. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we now know what 8 looks like. The audio is cutting out every time we save. So we just need 4 and 9 left, which that wouldn't be too hard to brute force. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be 8. There is a whole system to this also. The numbers imply something and the symbols imply something too. So you could probably already extrapolate what 4 and 9 is. 1, 2. Did we already have 2? I think we already had 2. Yeah, we're just looking for 4 and 9. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that information was useless. Which means the next spin we do is going to be useless too. So it'd be nice if we could just reset it, but you can't. 1, 2, 3. One. We only need to get one more thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we just get either 4 or 8, then whatever symbol we don't have is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have 4. And I'm not sure it's really worth our time to try and find 9 out. Since it seems like you only have about 13 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, from the beginning to this, it seems like you only have like 15, maybe 13 steps. 1, 2. What? That's like 6 or something. And I'm not sure we actually need this numbering system for anything else. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect, we've got 9. So that saves all of the things as pictures, which is great. However, if we were to say look over at the book, which, where did we have the book? This is where it starts to matter. I don't know what the pictures are, but this is the code, and this is it. So if I was to look at the screenshot from here, I can't really see what that is. And if I was to look here at this specific page, I can't really read what that is either, unfortunately. So before I do anything, let's just assume I'm going back to my walkthrough, and I am going to try and see if I can just click on the on the code and see if that is different. See if I can get a picture. That is the deny numbering system, by the way. Nope. It does not seem like this is as simple as I would like to have it. So, what can we do? Let's just, I'm gonna have to just load up each one and draw them. Thank goodness, however, for modern technology such as cell phones, where I can actually just pull up a drawing app and draw it. Otherwise, that would be rather frustrating. Let's see, file, new, discard. So a square. Come on, what's going on? Put it in draw mode. A square with a D is 1. And then I'm going to have to load the next one. And this is repetitive. Certainly, it would certainly make a lot more sense to what happened there. Apparently a square with a D is 2. What happened there? I must have oversaved something. A square with a D is 3. Oh no! It resets. So every time I'm loading, regardless of which one I loaded, it's just showing me the symbol again, the D. I have to start all over again. Since ScumVM wasn't the engine for this, those screenshots are not valid. So let's do this again. If you were paying attention, you would know, but I wasn't. I was solely relying on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So I'm gonna do the D like this is 10. I mean, an entire 45 minutes of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are all squares for the most part, so I can just draw squares for all of them and then fill in the information later. Let's see. This and this with this is 8. One, 2, 3. So let's see. Be helpful if I drew it correct. 3. I thought I was so smart using that. 2, 3, 4. So I really thought I was being so smart just taking screenshots. That's totally how you would do this in abduction, which I guess that is to say that Cyan did learn their lesson and put in a photo mode that was desperately needed. And this is randomized each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or at least it seems like it's randomized each time. Three, 4. We had already seen that one. One almost assumes that that is 6, but I can't guarantee that that's the case. I was totally not paying attention to any of the symbols. And they're so small. That should be 5. Just reset the whole thing again. Like, it's still not in the center of the screen. Good thing we don't have to learn the language. That'd be insane. 5 again. It would be better if this just went in circles. Like, it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just in that order. Make it a little bit easier than randomly picking 5 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I figured. So I need 1, 2, 7, and 9. 1, 2, 3. We'd already done 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7. Which is a D with a line through it. It's D's, K's, dashes, and horizontal lines, vertical lines. Alright. So that is 7. Need 1, 2, and 9. That'll be 7 again. And reset. Even if it randomly picked a number but then spun down each number, you could learn to count backwards a lot easier. This is actually a pretty bad educational game. Come to think of it, that would have been 10. Like, if you didn't have a firm grasp of the numbering system, this game doesn't teach you it. 2, 3. I'm pretty sure that is 8. One, 2, 3. 1. Alright, so we now know what 1 is. So I would bet 2 is just a horizontal line, since 1 is a vertical line. 1. But we need 2 and 9 still. 1, and that's 10. And I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Or reset it. 1, that's 4. And see, this is just as bad as reading the book. Well, no, the book is reading. It is worse. The book, for me at least. If I was just playing the game and not reading it out loud, book reading wouldn't be that terrible. But it was a rather long book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we now know what 9 looks like. It is a horizontal line with a bar over it. So I kind of don't need what 2 looks like, but I'd prefer to have it. 2. That was 3. Or was it? Yep, that was 3. That's 1. Just gotta keep playing the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. I'm just double checking these as I go. 1, that should be 4. And so that'll be set. The first game of MYST really did not set you up to have you believe for a second that this was such an important part of the game. But it really is. You can not get anywhere without learning the numbering system. And there's no other opportunities on the game to learn it. Like, it's not like there's another scrap of paper or a note or it carved somewhere. A modern game would have at least 2 or 3 different ways you could have learned the 9 numbering system on top of this. But they certainly didn't want that. And when I think about abduction, like abduction, the Cyan's latest game, there's really no way you're not going to make it to the end as long as you keep playing. It's possible you could get a little lost and maybe miss a passageway or 2, but nowhere as bad as you can in this game. So they did learn to make things more reasonable and realistic, unlike 21 years ago, where you could certainly get away with just making a game that's impossible to win. So now I have written down all the numbers. So if you're following along, the number 1 is a box with an eye, a vertical line. Number 2 is a box with a curve. The number 3 is a box with the letter K. Number 4 is the box with the little L bracket. Number 5 is the horizontal line. Number 6 is the horizontal and vertical line, which makes sense because 5 is the horizontal, 1 is the vertical. 5 plus 1 equals 6. 7 then becomes 5 plus 2, which is the curved line with the horizontal line. So it kind of is a 5 numbering system. 8 is then 5 plus 3, so the horizontal line and the K symbol. 9 is 5 plus 4, so the horizontal line and the L bracket. And 10 is the beginning of a new symbol of the curved D that you see in 2, but now it is curved downward and not making a D and more making a rising or setting sun, which potentially that could be 2 times 5. So the curve of 2 applied to the horizontal line of 5. That could be what they're trying to imply. So we've done all of that, and sadly those save files are useless to me. Let's come to 5 and just overwrite this. And now we need to load back to this book point. Just load this. So what is the code? The code is And I'm going to now swap into, I guess I can't swap into a different program unless I can split screen this, which I can't. Not really. The code is 8, 10, or 0. Let's see. So the first one's 8. Second one is, I think, 0. 10. And then the next one is 14. And then the next one is what you could only assume is something like 24 or 25. Okay, I don't even know how you get to this point. It's gotta be, if it's 8, 10, and then 14. We know those three are right. The next one has to be between 14 and I think 25. So let's say that was, could it be something like 16? How would I do 16? No, you wouldn't do 16 that way. 16, 24. I have no idea. I don't know how to read the system still, because this part doesn't make sense. The curving and rotating of this to go 1. So 1 plus 14, is that what they're saying? Like, is it 15? I think it is. I think it's gotta be 15. 15. And if that's 15, then that's gotta be 18. So I know 3 of those, 3 of the 5 combinations are correct. I don't know about the others. The other thing is, we saw him talk like this. This is supposed to be the 233rd age or something, like these numbers. The number of the age doesn't really matter. So, I mean, if you figured out the numbering system better than me, you can look at those parts and see if there's something interesting about that. It would make a lot more sense that Gin had written more than just 23 ages. But 233rd seems a little high too. So, but that is kind of what Atris told you, is that he didn't really care about the ages he was writing. That is a lot of work. It's too much work sitting in front of that, writing it down. Meanwhile, there's such a temptation to try and translate this, and you would be just wasting your time. Totally. It's now time to go. I may have to turn around before I can leave. The good news is once we figure out the code, we know what the code is for everything, except in the kind of horrible exception of the code to open that telescope at where we first landed in this world. That code is different, and the rebel code, I guess is what you would call it, the ball puzzle code, which is incredibly complicated. It really gives... It's like a real code people aren't expected to be able to break. Unlike a video game code where you would be totally expected to be able to break it easily and figure out the solution. Let's see. I believe... Now, I don't think leaving this island will reset... Well, I'm hoping it won't reset the submarine, but maybe it will. I don't think we need the submarine anymore. Honestly. Worst case scenario, we load back into those save files. Let's go. And how many things are we going to go through as we quickly zip? We're going up to this dome, which requires us to go the right direction, which means go the right direction. What's kind of odd is that there never was really a game that was quite like this, set in just like a mansion. Certainly plenty of horror games have one or two secret bookcases and secret passages, but never an entire house just full of tricks. And that would probably work pretty decently. Alright, so after spending several good chunks of time learning the numbering system, we should know the code now. So, if this is supposed to be 18, you have 5, 10, 15, 18. If this is supposed to be 15, then you have that right there. If this is supposed to be 14, you have that right there. If this is supposed to be 10, you have that right there. And if this is supposed to be 8, you have that. And it didn't work. So, let's start. We can move things later, so that these can't be steps past each other. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, that's so it started on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the first one I had was 8. 6, 7, 8. And then the next one is 10. And the next one was 14. And the only things we have left are between 14 and 20. And I saw something that looked... Maybe I misread that. Maybe that is not 14, 15, but 16. And then, see, I'm trying to think about this without having to load back into it. Maybe I can just cheat it a little bit and not have to load back into this. Maybe I should have taken a picture of it. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just save and then load again. Cancel, save, 5, save, and then load back to the book. I could load into any of these sections. I don't actually have to load to the single page, and those are just reset there. 14, so 19 and maybe this is 19 here, and maybe this is maybe this is 24. I don't think there's enough room for 24. Let's see. 8, 10, and 14 clearly are right. It's just these other two that are driving me crazy. Maybe that's 2 plus 14, which would be 16. Yeah, it could be 16. Yeah, that's 16. And 17. Alright. I think I've got it this time. So 17, 16, 14, 10, 8. And this is very similar to the electricity puzzle that was in MYST, although the electricity puzzle was a lot easier to deal with. Did I get something wrong here? I think I probably did. Let's try this again. Eight, 10, 14, 15, 16, 15, 16, 17. I mean, it kind of has to be 17, or it has to be way up here. Which it might be way up here, which would, like, 17 and 18. I think we already tried this. Alright, so if that's not it, that's gotta be this. Let's see. 14, 10, and you can't bump, which that's helpful. 9, 8. That finally. So I believe that was 21 and 22 were the symbols that I put in. So for me, for this game, that's 8, 10, 14, 21, 22, I believe. Now, ideally, that code is all you need to ever do again, and everything would be unlocked. But that's not how this is going. So finally, and you really would have liked to do more of this. You would have liked to been able to link to different worlds and not just one very barren world. The linking pages look strong, but the world looks like a, you know, bad Minecraft image. Bad Minecraft world. And compared to MYST, way bigger picture. Way bigger video. That's nice. And here we go. And like in the first, at the beginning, you're just in this cage. And you can't do anything. It's like you're trapped, but you can touch other MYST linking books to, well, not MYST linking books, but linking books to take you different places back to where you were, which that's a intriguing thing, certainly, but that's kind of all this world is too, for the moment. It's time to save. Apologies again, spending a considerable amount of time just learning the number system, relearning the number system because the screenshots didn't help, and then trying to figure out the number system, because even when you learn the number system, it's not good enough to actually be able to count above 10. You have to learn something else about it, the rotation of 90 degrees. That's going to be it for this recording. We may be able to breeze through to the ending. We may very easily just breeze towards a bad ending. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below in the description box. If you want to support me, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.